In this video, we're going to show you how to install the AC condenser on your Ford 500, located right behind the front grille. Before tackling this job, you want to go ahead and bring the vehicle down to your local service station and have the AC system professionally evacuated. Now with your hood open, you're going to locate this upper cover or fill panel, and there's going to be these plastic locking tabs here. There's one here, there's one right here, and there's two more on the driver's side over here and up here. Let's go ahead and use our Phillips head screwdriver and trim tool remover to go ahead and pull these out. Pop those out and repeat that process for the other three. Go ahead and set those four aside. Loosen and remove our two 8mm bolts. Now that we have all of our hardware removed, we're going to grab this here and we're going to pull it forward. This is going to allow us to reach down on the back side here. There's going to be a series of 8mm bolts running across the bottom underneath. So we're going to use our 1/4-inch ratchet and socket. Get down underneath here. There's one of them here. I'm going to repeat this process across the bottom of the grille. And slide the grille off the top of the bumper. Locate your horns, disconnect the harness from the side, pinch the tab on the back side, wiggle the connector off. Right up between the horns, there is an 8mm bolt. Use your socket and extension. Unbolt it. Set it aside. On the driver's side here, we have our deflector. So we're going to use our trim tool. Pop this off. And there's two of these little plastic buttons here. There's one up top, one down below. Use your trim tool and pop those out. There's one more button down below. Now I just want to go ahead and tuck these back. We're going to repeat the same process for the passenger side. Using a 13mm socket, remove this nut. And repeat for the passenger side. On the lower passenger side part of the AC condenser, you're going to find the ports going into it, and there are two 13mm nuts. I want to go ahead and remove those there. I'm going to use a swivel and extension to get into it. And when we do remove those there and wiggle this free, there might be a little bit of pressure in the system. So just be prepared for that. ahead and just position these components here, and we're going to pull upward on the AC condenser. Here we go. Pull this up through the front. Now when we're lifting up on this, we're dislodging this little bracket here, and there's one on the other side. So when we install the new component, we want to make sure that those slide into the brackets on the radiator. Now when installing a new AC condenser, you want to make sure that these two studs are threaded in if they are not already. This is where the AC ports attach on the passenger side. Let's go ahead and line up our unit here. We're going to gently guide that down and into position. Now once you have the AC condenser in and in the lower clips, you'll know because the condenser won't drop down anymore. The holes here will line up. Let's go ahead and install the two studs. Get the driver's side started and repeat for the passenger side. With those started, let's go ahead and snug them down. And once those bottom out, that's as far as you need to go. You don't want to over tighten it and crack the plastic on the radiator. And on our AC lines, there's going to be a rubber O-ring here. You want to inspect that, making sure it's in good condition. If it's nicked, torn, anything like that, you need to replace it now. Ours are in good shape. Press that onto the stud, and then install a nut. I'm going to snug that down. Just bottom that out. Inspect this one here as well. Ours is in good shape. So we're going to line this up. Press that in and just repeat. Install that nut and snug it down. And bring our harness up on top like so. I'm going to push this onto that stud. Bring our deflector up. Push this on like so. And then just tuck in the deflector down on the sides. Going to install the driver's side here. Line this up. Push that into place. Just tuck in the deflector over here on the side. Install your horn assembly. Take the bolt and put it through. I'm going to take my socket and extension and line that up and get that bolt started. Snug it down nice and tight. Take the horn connector, line that up, press it on. Now installing the grill assembly here, I want to go ahead and make sure that the bumper clips here line up with the bottom portion of the grill across the whole bottom. While you're doing this, make sure that the upper brackets fit on top of the radiator support. Simply pushing this in and locking it into place. With the grill in place, take all of your bolts, get those started through the bottom side. I want to get all these started by hand, and then we'll come back and we'll snug them down. Now that they have this one started, we're going to repeat for the others. Use your ratchet, and we want to snug all these down. Now once that bolt bottoms out, you want to just go ahead and give it just a hair bit more. You don't want to over tighten these here. You can break the clip or the plastic. All right, the bolt has bottomed out. Just a little bit more. And it's snug. Go ahead and repeat for the others. And install our upper fill panel here. You want to place these tabs on the back side of the grill assembly. So I'm just going to lower those down. Grill has a good amount of flexibility here, so just line this up. Now that we have that pressed in, get that lined up. Now on the driver's side here, we're going to go ahead and install our plastic push pins. Get that one lined up there, and then get the forward one here. Get that lined up, and then get our bolt lined up here, get that started. Once you have these three in here, go ahead and repeat for the passenger side. And tighten these down. And once those are bottomed out, tighten down this bolt. Once that bolt bottoms out, just give it a little bit more. And go ahead and repeat for the passenger side. Now at this point here, now that we have all the major components installed, bring the vehicle down to your local repair shop. That way there they can go ahead and fill up that AC system and get that all charged up for you.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.